Mr. Troy Mason, can you hear me, sir?
Yes, I can. How am I coming through?
You are coming through loud and clear, and it's great to see you this evening. I know you have had a fun-filled, packed couple of weeks here, so very quickly, ladies and gentlemen, let me go ahead and we'll spotlight Mr. Mason's video. There we go, sir. And great to see you tonight. Thank you for coming out.
All right, all right. Sorry I couldn't make it the past 2 weeks, man. Just meetings that were running over and just handling a lot of things that of course, in behind the scenes stuff that a lot of people just don't know as much, what it takes to, to do this. It's, it looks difficult, I imagine, to a lot of people. And I just want everybody to know it's tougher than that, okay? Very difficult. This industry is, it moves at its own pace. And, I think the harder you push, the more things kind of slow down. But again, my goal here is to come on here on Wednesdays and just kind of bring you guys up to speed as to what's going on, what we're working on behind the scenes, and how we think this can help us, all to reach our goals. Going into this program, I've set kind of the groundwork so people who this may be their first time hearing me speak about, what we're doing in our program. So I'd like to kind of cover the bases here. This whole thing started basically when I had an idea to got a really nice high-end card in the mail. I was very excited about it, and all I've ever done was kind of create products or services. I got a real nice card. I was excited. Felt like that maybe other people might have an interest to get something very nice as well, who perhaps couldn't qualify because they didn't have the credit score or did not have the income, needed. And so I had the bright idea to kind of do some research into the typical card that people are using. And what I found in my research was that everybody uses a card. Not some people, everybody uses one, okay? Whether it be a prepaid or debit card or credit card, doesn't matter. In order to conduct business in the world today, it's just a part of the way things are done. I'd be willing to bet you, well, not even close. I bet more people have some type of form of debit or prepaid card than actually have cell phones. Think about that for a minute, how big that market is, okay? So what I found, though, was that the cards that people were using, there was no pride of ownership. People just had the cards and use them, to conduct their business without really a second thought, okay? And most people just never thought about it. Just got a debit card or prepaid card. They just used it when they needed to. But little did they know that financial tool they're using is probably one of the most powerful financial tools in the world, okay? Literally, it is beyond the power of a debit card or even a credit card financially is beyond most people's imagination, okay? And so when I was doing my research, I noticed some things. And again, what I do for a living is I just kind of pay attention to details, and then I'm kind of able to take those details and that information and create products and services that I think can bring benefit to people. And so one of the first things I noticed was that when I looked at all of the cards I had, possession, I have over 22 cards, from anything from prepaid to debit to credit, I have all of them, and a lot of people do. What I noticed was that every company who had issued me a card was worth billions of dollars. I didn't say some of them. I didn't say half of them. I said every company, every single one. And so I'm thinking to myself, I say, now, wait a minute, this is a clue. Because if every one of these are worth billions of dollars, I got 22 cards, where am I cut at? Because, I'm certainly part of the reason that they were billions of dollars, me and millions of people just like me. So I did a little more research, and I realized that these companies, these financial institutions and banks and what have you, what they have done is they use a tactic to make these millions, hundreds of millions, and billions of dollars. And nobody ever questioned it. Nobody ever thought about it. We just accepted it. And for the most part, what I noticed is that we all, not just you, but me too as well, until I woke up, just kind of giving away our financial power for nothing, just giving it away for free. What I mean by giving it away, what I mean is that if we know that this card right here is designed, this card, any card I'll pull out here, this card, any card that I have, they're all designed to make these institutions hundreds of millions, if not billions of dollars, okay? And so I got to thinking, since all of them was billion-dollar companies, what if there was a card that could be for the card holders and not just the corporation, so that the card holders, the ones who actually made this possible for the value to be so high, billions of dollars, why can't the money be shared with them instead of a handful of fat cat people that's making out their family wealthy for generation after generation of wealth? Okay, why can't it be us? And really, I didn't see anything like that. There's no opportunity that I saw that would allow you to have a seat at the table to participate in these huge sums of money. You got to understand how much billions of dollars is, okay? I mean, it's really beyond your imagination how much money that is. When you talk about, things like, I mean, you can buy an airline with, a few $billion. You can buy an island. You can buy virtually anything that exists in this world with a few $1 billion can be had, okay? So that's the kind of money that, not against one or two of them, all of them are operating in this area. So again, I felt that if we could bring a card to market, and not just any card, because all of their cards, every one of them is a plastic card. They're really no different than the next, right? But again, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions of people have that card and they're using it. So if we can bring a better quality card to the market, and again, when I went after the quality, I said, well, I don't just want the middle of the road. If we're going to do this, let's bring the best quality we can do. And so literally we brought to the table the best quality card on the market, bar none, okay? Less fees than the typical card, and the quality of the card is superior to any plastic card, of course, any plastic card, and even this really high-end card that's $495 a year right here. This card here is even, our ZblackCard is even higher quality than that. And the way we really test that is with a little thing we call the boss toss, whereas this card here is a metal card. And we know that the highest quality cards in the world are going to be metal cards, okay? And so when we drop this card here on the counter, that's how it sounds. Again, this is a metal card, and the highest quality metal card basically on the market up until we came along and we created this monster right here. Okay, it's a big difference right there, right? And so believe it or not, what's happening is we want to wake people up and say, look, why use a card as your main card, as your favorite card that's designed to make other people rich, when you can use your own card, have your own card that you're a part of, that has given you a seat at the table, that's willing to break bread with you? Why not have a card like that that is designed to allow you to make some of this money. Okay? Well, if you ever was looking for a way, and I'm gonna tell you, we started some advertising campaign to test the market. Now, what you guys don't know is this, is that up to this point, I never did anything with advertising or promotions or any of that stuff, really. It's kind of just an all word of mouth type situation. And the reason was because we kind of needed to maintain control over the growth. Because, when I had the idea to do this, basically what I did is I spoke to about 100 different banks, all right? Called all kinds of institutions and banks and told them what I wanted to do. And so the result of that is I ended up getting a bank to say, okay, we'll give you a try, we'll work with you to try to make this happen. See if you have a good idea in that. So we went to work and we started creating and shipping our metal cards out and everything. And then, people started gravitating towards it starting to get the message. Now, we didn't know what the message really was in the beginning, but we just had to kind of feel our way through this thing. And so as we went along, our numbers started to grow and what have you. And I said to myself from day one, I said, if we can get to like 10,000 cardholders, that would be what I would call proof of concept, so that with that proof of concept, then we can take the next step forward. So what is the next step forward? The next step is to create, instead of working through a third party, now a third party is a company who has a direct relationship with MasterCard, Visa, and the bank, all right? So we are working with them, not MasterCard and Visa. So we have to go through them, all right? Now, once we got to that 10,000 mark, what we started at that point was we put together a package and we shopped it around to different banks, all right? To different banks. I get a call from one bank and they say, okay, we like your project, we like what you have done up to this point, and we'd like to be your sponsoring bank, okay? Well, that was a big day right there. I mean, I ended up flying to New York. I think I got a call around 6 that evening, around 5 o'clock that evening. And at 9 that morning, I was in New York sitting in that bank, with, less than, I caught a flight out at 5 in the morning, something like that. So like 10 hours later, literally I'm in New York City from Houston, Texas. Because whatever it takes is I'm willing to do whatever it takes. And there's a many a day in this working with this project that I often wondered why would, this idea, be given to me as a task to do this. And I think wake people up to their financial futures and let them know that there is a better way. There's an easier way. We don't have to keep giving it away for free and getting nothing back in return and making other people millions and billions of dollars. That for once in our lifetime, we have an opportunity to get in front of the money. I tell people, hey, look, you don't have to get rid of that card that you have. You don't have to get rid of it. And some of the affiliates say, and cardholders say, I shouldn't say that, but this is how I feel. I don't think that you should get rid of. I'm not getting rid of any of my cards, but certainly I'm keeping this one card right here. Because this one here, if it does nothing else, it gives me a chance. It doesn't give me a guarantee, but it gives me a chance to be into the money, to get in front of the money. And sometimes, we want so much, but we're not willing to even take the chance. And I could not live without trying, okay? And I only fail when I quit. And so so I don't quit, so I don't really ever fail, And so once we had the 10,000 cardholders, we got the bank, had the meeting with them, And then we had to go through the process of generating all of the anti-law, terrorist, money laundering policies, and all these things that we had to put together in order to create this card program. And I can tell you that if you wanted to create a MasterCard program, it costs, and look this up, it's about $500,000 in order to go through this process. Going in, I knew that how much it cost, and I didn't have $500,000, but I started anyway. Okay, anyway, I started anyway. I say, Lord, I say, you know, the right people will show up. Okay, I don't know who they are. I know nothing about this stuff, nothing. Okay, I'm not sitting here telling you I'm an expert at this, that, or another. I am not. You know, that's why I couldn't understand why am I even, you know, driven to do this. But what I do have is you know, I'm pretty clever, and I'm able to kind of work my way and figure things out quickly, learn from my mistakes, and I won't quit. And I think that's the biggest thing, because this marketplace is, you know, it's a difficult place to be. And so so when everybody kind of took a look at me, the one thing that they said was that, wow, you know, we've never seen anyone to come face with customers already. Okay, most people have a bunch of money and don't have a clue how to get customers. Okay? You came in with your customers already. So as a result of that, we were able to get a lot of things done that was a lot less expensive than what the typical person has to pay to make this happen. So even with that, it's still expensive. Okay, still expensive to do. So, you know, we're in a phase of raising money in order to complete the process, because, you know, we have a management team that we have to pay. We have processors that we have to pay. We have the Green Dot, MoneyGram, Western Union. We have to pay them for their loading platforms. Okay, we have to pay for our customer support. You know, when you call about your card or whatever, that there's a real live customer support on the back end of that. Okay, we got to have that with our own program. We can't use somebody else's. We have to have it. We have to have you know, new inventory of cards and everything with our numbers on them, and our design has to have you know, we have to put $50,000 into a trust, you know, to set aside. These are all things that have to happen behind the scenes to make this stuff happen. So, you know, as a result, like, you see me in a suit, it's because of that side of the business, okay? Otherwise, you see, I'm gonna have a t-shirt on, or, you know, I'm gonna have my button-down shirt or something like that. That's me every day, okay? But when you see me with a jacket on, a suit jacket, it's because I'm a politician. I'm kissing babies and shaking hands and meeting people and so forth in order to help move this thing kind of where I think you know, where it needs to go. And so, like I said, it's the most fun I've ever had, and it's the most work I've ever done in my life. But I enjoy it. Now, you know, there has been some hiccups on the way here, and fortunately, you know, I'm gonna speak on them for a second. You know, because I know everybody wants to know. You know, there's one thing that I hear more than anything is this about the trade line. So, you know, I want to again make this public record. You know, everything I'm going to share with you is verifiable. I've actually even posted, you know, the fact that we had approval with Equifax. Okay, had the letter of approval with our reporting number, everything approved. So in the normal business world, when you have an approval, you know, basically an agreement, and they issue you your credentials, where you're good to go. You know, I've been in business my whole life. Out of my entire life, and only twice in my entire life, with this credit bureau stuff, has been the second time. I'll tell you about the first one in a second. Whereas a deal was done and then just undone, snap of a finger, okay? With no warning, no ability to come back and say, well, hey, we need you to make this adjustment, that adjustment, or this is not quite right, so tweak this or that, or something. That's normal business. That's how it works. Normal business is not where something literally just gets, you know, the rug pulled out from under when it's a done deal like that. Okay, so the result is we had the approval. We put out there exactly that we would be able, you know, because I was very clear, you know, to let them know we had been issuing our card for some time, okay, and we wanted to give our card holders the full history of, you know, from them being with us from the time that we've been issuing our card. No problem, Mr. Mason, no problem. Anyway, we get the file, we upload the file to the bureau, and it takes them almost 2 months to, I don't know what it's called, a test file, for them to do their due diligence on the file or whatever. And it turns out it's probably around 100 people out of 5,000 plus files that we sent that they put in bad social security numbers, addresses, made up birth dates, terrible CPN numbers, and all kinds of trash, okay, that literally messed it up for all 5,000 plus people. And again, because, you know, and I take part of the blame for that, because what I should have done, but I didn't know, never even crossed my mind to do it, was to, you know, scrub those files. And what I mean by scrub them is that there's a way that you can verify all of the information on each person before you put it into that report. But I just didn't know. I didn't think people would do that kind of stuff. You know, I have many credit applications, and thought of me putting down a number that wasn't mine, you know, know any better. So I took that loss, and it's a big one, okay? But, you know, we also had, you know, another hiccup, whereas, you know, when we had this really fast growth spurt, a lot of you don't know this, but we had close to $200,000 that was frozen, still frozen, in a merchant account, you know, or in multiple different merchant accounts. So most companies, especially a young company, if you freeze that kind of money on them, they go out of business, okay? They go out of business. You know, I've been around so long. I've been doing things for so long. I have a lot of experience. And so, and I'm always a plan B type person, where I'm always thinking ahead. So it's kind of difficult to box me into a corner, because I'm already thinking 2 or 3 steps ahead. And it has served me well in my life. It has served me very, very well. And so in this case right here, that little maneuver got us through this, and we're not all the way through it. We still, you know, it's still difficult. That life would be a heck of a lot easier with that capital, of course. But we're still working around it, you know, and we didn't have to close our doors and worry about paying our rent and our light bill and things of that nature. Okay, we're working our way around it, and so not many people I know could have pulled that off. That's very, you know, it's a lot of money. Okay, trust me, it's a lot of money, especially when over half of the money that we take in goes literally right back out the door in the form of commissions. Okay, so it's like that's a lot of money in order to take that. did it. We survived. All right. Now, I said that one time before. I want to say this to you to kind of help you understand how rare this kind of stuff is. I had a deal on the table many years ago, probably, I would say maybe 15 years ago, with Walmart, where, you know, I had a program product, and I took it to a buyer. The buyer said sure that he loved the product, and that he would give us, you know, give us a shot to put it, you know, into Walmart. So what he did is he gave me a list, this very long list of things that I had to do. Okay, I had to, you know, I had to get packaging, I had to get displays, I had to get barcodes and special insurance and special rating with Dun and Bradstreet and all kinds of stuff. So all of this stuff that we, you know, had to go through. So I just went through the list one thing at a time, because that's how I am, very methodical, go through it. If you give me a list and tell me how to do anything, I will follow the instructions. Everything that you have on that list, exactly the way you want it, and give it back to you. Because I know I don't have any room for error. I know that. Okay? So I do it the right way. I just do everything that I'm supposed to do so that I cannot get turned down. And so what happens, you know, anyway, what they did is, you know, they give you like a back office where they show you your approval and things of that nature. So they'll show you like the legal department approval, the return department approval, the master vendor approval, the insurance approval. So all like 20 different categories that you have to be approved before you can sell that product in Walmart. So one last approval that was needed. That last approval was with the actual buyer who gave me the list. Okay, so once we got approved through everybody else, I'm excited. We got it done. Yay, $22 million a year. Let's go. We got it. I had it broken up into territories and you know, and people that was gonna, it was 112 territories to take over the United States and so forth. It was all, and every one of those territories was spoken for, you know, for people that was ready to move on them. And the buyer won't approve me. He keeps telling me, call him back next week, call him back next week. So finally, after about 90 days, I go to log into my back office and I can't get in. So I'm like, what's going on? So I call up Walmart and say, what's happening? Lady says, well, your file went dormant for 90 days, so you had, you know, so it was expunged. We got rid of it. I said, what do you mean? I said, well, put it back. She said, well, we can't put it back. It's gone. I said, what do I have to do? She said, you have to start the whole process over again from scratch. So I was like, oh, my God, what are you talking about? I called the guy on the phone. And he says, well, we're not going to move forward with your project. I said, what do you mean? I say, you the one gave me the list to do. I did everything. So why would you come to me now and say that? I said, I spent a fortune doing this. He said, well, I didn't tell you. In my younger days, I'd have been looking for you. I'd have found it too. You know, that's the first time I had to eat that like that. And it was very difficult. You know, I mean, that was shut me down. And what it hurt me the most was that I had some relationships. See, as a businessman, you're only good as the relationships that you have with other people. And so, you know, I have, you know, gentlemen that I've worked with for years. And whenever I needed to do something, I needed capital or anything like that, I could go there and I could get money to do what I wanted to do. You know, and we made money for many years. But it stressed that relationship because part of this deal was, you know, he helped back it. And so when the deal just went under like that, you know, it just put me in a really bad position that I said I'll never be in a position like that again in life. So this credit bureau thing, when I went into it, you know, my first idea, of course, was the idea that we went with first. And then the second thing is I figured that perhaps we could end up doing some type of partnership with some, finance company or something like that, which our Jewelers Club, they have a partnership with a finance company that's doing that reporting for them. Same thing with Self-Lender. Okay, that company has a deal with a bank, and the bank does the actual report for them. So I figured it would probably get a deal like that set up, and along the way. And then my plan C was that, of course, once we have our own PIN number with MasterCard, well, cool thing about that is that we not only have a prepaid card with that BIN number, but we get a secured card and we get a credit card, okay, with that number. And so everything that we're doing is driving us to that end point, again, to where we are direct to MasterCard with our own bank that we're working with, okay, so that we're not third party, we are the main attraction, okay. So that'll open the doors up for us to go to the next level, which is from 11,000 cardholders to really 100,000 cardholders, okay. So we're at the doorsteps of getting that done, and so so now what I'm looking to do is increase our marketing strategy. Right? See, one of the things that's important to me is that you as a cardholder, you guys are here with us, that and when we grow this thing, that you have an opportunity to literally change your financial life forever because of the way our company is structured, okay? The way that the revenues are being shared, all right? And so because of the way we're doing everything, there's gonna be some of you guys that's gonna make a fortune, literally. And I'm not just talking about, the kind of money that allow you to, buy a new car or a new home. I'm talking about the kind of money that'll buy your children's children. And believe me, it's possible because we watch it. We see it happening every day with every card we're using. We see it happen. So if they can do it, they're not smarter than us. They're not smarter than us. So, we can do the same thing because all of them did it, and they ain't that bright. I told you, I talked to 100 of them, over 100 of them, okay? And I'm telling you that a whole bunch of them not that bright. Matter of fact, I ain't seen but a handful of them that really was, bright. None of them were real critical thinkers anyway. But that's another story. So once we have that done with our own BIN number and everything, then we'll have that credit report. That's the final end to it there, okay? But I got to tell you guys, and it's something that I really want to discuss with you guys. I would like, some feedback from you as well. Because this credit thing, I thought it was a really, cool idea to be able to add to what we're doing. But I never wanted to be in the credit business. I'm going to tell you why. It's because it attracts, in my opinion, the wrong kind of people, okay? Because there will always be people that's popping up trying to gain the credit system, okay? Trying to get a credit file set up to where they can then go to some bank institution or car lot or something and get something for nothing, okay? That is just the way it is. For every person that probably would like to be able to, to increase their credit to buy a home, if they're gonna, spend the rest of their life in, or a nice car, so that because the car they have right now is breaking down every other day. For all those good people out there, there's a whole nother group of people, and I wonder. And I spend many nights thinking about this. Is that really the business I want to be in? Because in my opinion, it jeopardizes the big picture. Because what is the big picture? The big picture is this card here They don't. This doesn't report to the credit bureau. It doesn't report, but they're still billion-dollar companies. So if we build our foundation on something that's shaky, and enough people come in and do something that we have no control over, but because, you know, our name is attached to theirs in a sense, and they are, you know, ripping people off with their credit scores and with, you know, whatever that we were able to help them obtain. And so the bureau then comes along down the road when we have 100,000 or 50,000 cardholders and pull the rug from under, and we know they can do it because they've done it to us once. If you give me one time, you know, my antenna go way up. I'm looking at you real close. Okay. Matter of fact, I really could never trust you wholly again. And only a fool would truly trust 100% somebody who did you that kind of dirty. Okay. I'm gonna call it like this. To me, it was dirty because in real business, if something is not right, you don't just pull a rug out and say, "No, that's it," you know, and leave that person hanging out to dry. You at least give them an opportunity to make any adjustments if there's need to be, or tell them what's going on or something. You know, I had to fight tooth and nail in order to find out even what happened. So it scares me, I'm just being up and honest with you, to build a company around the credit part, and then it gets big and everybody's coming in because of the credit, okay? And then we don't have control over that. We don't have control over it. That company can instantly pull the trigger and kill us right there. And now we got a bunch of mad, angry people, you know, because we can't deliver because of something that the credit company did. And we put the whole company at risk. So that's something I definitely want us to think about, you know. I definitely want us to think about that, you know, because I don't have the solution to that at this time. But I am open to suggestions from you guys. Now, I completed a video today. I did a video, all right? Some of you may have seen this. We did a post on Facebook. I did a post. You can see it on my page. Fiona did a post where we showed like how at nighttime, 2, 3 in the morning, orders are coming in, you know, and how that triggers our system to put money into your account. So we did a screenshot of that. So we used that screenshot along with a little caption that says, you know, how'd you like to wake up with more money than you had when you went to sleep, something like that. So I have another friend who ran the same little ad campaign, all right? And he got 30 plus responses to that ad campaign. And then I think Fiona got a ton, and I got, you know, I think over 200. All right, but my point is that ad campaign can be run by anybody. Even if you don't have a Facebook following, you can go in with this little simple campaign and pay for 20 bucks, you know, to put it in front of a few thousand people. And we know that you're going to get some results, okay? So what happens is once people reply, they say if you reply info, if you want, you know, like to know more, reply info. So people put info, they want to know more information. So what happens once a person says that? Well, I created a video. And so what would happen now is you can have access to this video. We put it in your back office. Okay, we're putting it in your back office. But right now, that video, if you go to ZblackCard.com, you click on invite. Okay, you click on invite. And you put in like your name, email address, stuff like that. You can send it to yourself. Okay, and you can view the video. All right. So that's one way. Or you could, in your back office, you'll be able to go in and create a link, okay, in your back office in the marketing system, email marketing system, and the banner ad. You'll be able to create a link and then take that link. When people say info, you can reply back to them with that link. All right. And when they click on the link, the system will let you know that they clicked on it. Okay. So that when they click on it, you'll get an email. And from that email, you say, okay, you know, they clicked on it. So you can then follow up with them, you know, after they see the video. So I think that our marketing strategy is really, I want it to be like a 3-phase marketing strategy, because we have a lot of people that just go to our website and order, you know, without talking to anybody. But I feel like if, you know, oh, another thing, and we are upgrading the website as well. That'll be done here. I got everything laid out. We're just doing pictures and stuff for it. But the main focus is the first part is the post, you know, an image with a short statement that attracts people in for more info. The next step is to send them this video. And in this video, basically what I'm doing is, you know, I just give them an overview as to who we are, what we're doing, and why we're doing it, okay? And then the next phase is not just kind of why we're doing it, but it's how we do it, okay? And that's where we get into the nuts and bolts. But most people make up their decision not in how. Most people make up their decision in why, okay? So that why phase is where they go like, oh, that's a good idea, okay? That makes sense, okay? Yeah, I think how we do it, that comes after they make the decision that they want to do it, okay? So the video that we did, and again, you know, we'll tweak it a little bit here and there. Matter of fact, I can tell you that that video that we have now is there, but I am working on a program. I'm calling it the Debit Card Challenge, okay? Debit Card Challenge. And what that is, it's an interactive type presentation where it asks a person a question and compares, you know, this card to that card, and you know, just asks them some very key questions and kind of leads them down a path to where when they get to the end of the path, having this card, you know, or this card right here really becomes a simple a decision for them to make, very simple decision, that it makes more sense to have this card here, again, because if it doesn't do anything else, at least it gives you a chance to make some money, whereas there's no chance with this one. I don't care if you use this one for 20 years, for 30 years, it does not matter. There is never a chance with this card for you to make or do anything for yourself and your family. Whereas this one right here, that you put yourself in position, okay? You gotta be in position in order to have an opportunity, you know, and that's all that you can really do. You can work hard as well and work smart. And so we're gonna give people the tools, because we know that people can't sell. You know, they can't sell. You know, I see people trying to sell this by saying stuff like, and I don't blame them so much, because in the beginning, that's what we thought too. It took me a while to realize that we can't sell it by, you know, it saves you money on fees, or it, you know, you can use it at the ATM, you know, or you can get your money from the bank teller without having to pay a fee. Okay, those are good benefits, all right? That's good to know once you have it. Those are good to know. However, what matters is, how will this card really, truly impact my life? Okay, can it impact my life? Doesn't matter really, even that it's metal. It's nice and everything, so it gets my attention, and I like the fact that it is, and it gives me something to talk about and feel good about or whatever. And then from time to time when I use it, I can do the boss toss and have fun with it, sure. But can it help me change my life? Can it make an impact in my life that will make my life better, okay? And I'm saying to you that what you got right now, there's no chance for it to make your life better, none. And this one right here, at least you give yourself a chance. And so if you follow our instructions, all right, and you're willing to put in a little energy and work, so you might, like I say, the old saying is, I think it's something like if you, work a little hard right now, suffer a little bit today, but you end up reliving the rest of your life like a king, a champion, okay? By putting, the effort and energy in today. Okay, but if you never put any kind of effort and energy in to build anything, this is about building something now, because we all want a residual income. We'd love to retire, and have money coming in. There's a bunch of you guys on this call right now that you haven't signed up people in months, but you go look in your back office, there's money there. There's money there. And some of you, I see it, $1,000, more than $1,000 in your back office, and you really ain't hardly really doing that. It's just accumulating back there. And that's with us having 10, 11,000 people, okay? But we have 100,000, okay? You see where we're going with this? We have 100,000. What you're already a part of this, that money that you get now becomes times 10. We get to 1 million, we're talking about potentially 100 times more money. That's just because you're super smart and traveling around the country doing all this and that. It's just you built something that kept going. After you can still add to it here and there and stuff, but it kept going. And you see the results of that. A lot of you see the results of that. So that is what we're about here. We want to allow people an opportunity to position themselves so that they can finally get in front of the money and give themselves a chance to do something financially to improve their situation tremendously, not for just themselves, but their entire. And again, when they do this for their family, for themselves and their family probably won't support them. Okay. If truth be told, their family probably will point a finger at them and laugh at them. But don't let that discourage you. You keep going because it's enough of us. Enough of us. We don't need everybody to get it. Okay? But the ones who get it, well, it's enough of us to change our financial future. Trust me, it's enough of us out here. All right? We got to find them. Okay, we got to let them know that we exist, that we have something here for them. I'll tell you that I am putting a campaign. I want to go after young men 17 years of age to 29. All right, I want to put a special campaign together for them because the way I would market to them is different than I'd market to, other people. Okay, but I know that those young men, I was one of them at one time. And so I know that they may not want to work at McDonald's. They may not want to, work in the fast food restaurant or stuff like that. They want to make them some decent money, and be able to buy them some nice clothes and drive a nice car. They want to be able to do those things, okay? They want that. But society, sometimes it doesn't make it available to some of these kids, all right? And so what do? That doesn't change their desire from what they want. And so they end up doing the wrong thing to try to get it. So I'm saying, I want to reach back and help them. Show them, give them some training, teach them a skill set that'll carry them the rest of their life. And I've been working with kids for a very long time. I worked with over 500,000 kids with one of my programs. So again, it's about our purpose. And if you don't make enough money, I'm gonna simply ask you one question. That's how many people are you helping? Okay? How many people are you servicing? Are you willing to help? If you're willing to really help people, you don't have to worry about money. Okay? You don't have to worry about it. The money will it'll show up. Promise you that. You help people, the money will show up. So we're at the top of the hour here. So quick overview. It's a new video up in the back office. And the invite, you can use the invite button at the top of the screen, or you'll be able to log into and send a message to yourself through the marketing system. Whenever somebody clicks on that link to view your video, the system is going to let you know. I'm posting the little ad in the back office tonight. Okay, so there's a little ad. It looks like it's just a bunch of lines saying congratulations, we made a deposit to your account, like that. And you can see the times of 2 a.m., 3 a.m., something like that all the transactions happen. We know that ad works. And so, and we're adding a couple other things I want to share with you as well. Okay, if you are a combo, if you had a combo plan, okay, we are going to add you to our Find an Affiliate page. All right, if you had a combo, or you had to use a credit to get it, but now you won't have to use a credit, because if you combo, we're going to add you to that. So we should have that, and no later than Monday, you should be on that list if you're combo. We know that's big because, of course, we're going to be driving a lot more traffic to the site, a whole lot more, and so that'll be very, very worthwhile to be on that list. But people are going to look for people near them and pick up the phone and give you a call. Okay, the big adjustments to the comp plan, tell you about that. Okay, we made this adjustment already. What we did is we took the VIP, the $20 per month VIP program, and instead of running it through a 5-level unilevel, all right, unilevel, unlimited width wide, but it only goes 5 levels down. We put it into a 3x10 force matrix. The matrix goes down 10 generations, 10 levels. Now, what does that mean? Well, that means that if you bring in 3 people who do the same, and that happens for 10 generations, okay, we have over 88,000 people in 3x10 matrix. And every time any one of them pay their $20 fee, you get $1. It's basically $1 per cardholder. But now it's $1 per cardholder from potentially thousands, tens of thousands of cardholders every month, residual income. So it's very powerful. And remember, what's our goal? 100,000 cardholders. 10,000 of them is in your matrix, because we're all sharing matrices. Okay, we're not just you by yourself in that matrix. We're all sharing matrix. Okay, so when that happens, you get $1 per cardholder per month. But here's what's really cool. Let's say you're an elite, okay? And you're an elite, and you bring in someone who decides that they're just going to be a customer. That's it. They become an affiliate, but then they go inactive and they quit or whatever it may be. And so now they're in that matrix. Money is steady flowing up through this matrix because we're steady building. So as that money flows up, and that person that you sponsored is losing that money, okay? The money that they lose, you get it because you are an elite. You did the elite upgrade. Very powerful. Now that's for a customer too. Now think about what I'm saying to you. You bring in a customer, they say, well, I don't want to pay a monthly fee or anything like that. That's fine. They don't have to, okay? But just know that any of that residual income that comes through that position, it's almost like their matrix becomes your matrix, okay? Because the money that they abandon or leave, it goes to you because you're elite. That's huge, okay? Now, there's one other thing that we're doing, okay? Not ready yet. And it will not affect most of you on this call. I'll tell you how it works. It won't affect you. It'll allow you to earn more money, pretty quickly. All right, that's how it works. Let's say you just come in today, your first day. All right, you just come in. What we're changing is that normally when you sign up a card holder, you make 50% commission. Okay. What we're going to do there is we're going to change that 50% commission. Okay, we're going to change it to a 25% commission on your first two people. Now, most of you have referred more than two people, because on your third person and above, you get 50% commission. Okay, so that won't affect most of you, but only for a person coming in who have not sponsored anybody or only one person, on their first two, they will make a 25% commission. So what about the other 25%? Okay. What we're going to do with that 25% is we're going to pay it to the upline sponsor. Okay. And we're going to call this bonus an infinity bonus. And here's why. This bonus, infinity bonus, will pay to unlimited levels deep. Okay. So your unit level is unlimited wide. You bring in 500 people, all of them go level 1 to you, okay, through the unit level. With this infinity bonus, it can go 500 levels deep and you get paid. 25%, okay, on the first two people. Okay, sponsored by anybody that you earn an infinity bonus on. So if I bring in Tom, he's my third person, I earn, when Tom brings in his first person, his first two people, I get an infinity bonus because Tom just made 25% on his first two people. I brought Tom in, okay? He's my third person. I brought him in. Tom's first two people, he gets 25%, I get 25%, okay? But guess what? Because I got an infinity bonus on Tom's first two people, when those two people bring in two people each, I get an infinity bonus on those four people. But because I got an infinity bonus from those four people, when each of those four people bring in their first two, I get a 25% infinity bonus on all 8 of them. Then all 16, then all 32, then all 64, then all 128, down through infinity. Tell you how we did this. I have a friend of mine, good friend of mine. I've been knowing, we went to college together, okay? And so I left college early. I left college because I wanted to be an entrepreneur. I always knew what I wanted to do. So I left college and wanted to be an entrepreneur. So when he got out of college, it's been about three years or so, I ran into him. He said, hey, man. I said, hey, what's going on? How you doing? Yeah, man, good to see you. We talking and everything. He says, well, I said, what you doing? He said, he worked for NASA. I said, okay, cool. He said, what are you doing? I said, well, I have a business, man. I have a business. He said, okay. So I said, how much you making at NASA? So he told me. I said, well, how much I'm making over here? I bet within a week, he was over working with me within a week. Now, you got to keep in mind, we were like, oh, my God, he was 23, 24, back then, I think it was 84, 85, 86, somewhere around there. He said, we had a whole bunch of us young guys. Every one of them was making over $1,000 a week, okay? So, he's been doing this a long time. But anyway, we got together, and, we're talking, and whatever. And so we put this together because we know this technique can really generate a lot of income, okay, especially for builders. Now, guess what else happened? Remember that elite bonus? So now let's say somebody that's on your team or whatever, that, remember that's 25%, and our, $100 order, that's $25, all right? So that comes up to somebody who they're inactive. So that $25, they lose it. A lot bigger than losing $1. A lot bigger than losing $5 or $6. That's $25 you lost. So now, guess who it goes to? You as the elite sponsor, because you're their sponsor. They lost it, you gained it because you're elite. Okay? But that sinks in down the road. You'll see what I'm talking about, okay? Because that's crazy, okay? Infinity, down unlimited levels, okay? And it ain't $1, it ain't $2, it ain't $5, it ain't $6. It's $25 or more. Somebody come in and spend $400, and we know people upgrade to elite, they do all that, that 25% could be $100, that you made off of somebody 50 levels deep. When the word get out on that, you see that, the results of that, because I can do the figures in my head, so I know the figures. The same money, that costed me as a company, not an extra penny, but it's a structure, and it's fair, because when you first walk in the door, truth be told, your commission shouldn't be as much as the person that did more. So once you get to 3, your commission doubles, okay? But until you get to your third person, those first 2 sales that you just get 25%. That's fair. Many jobs do that, where you start off with your commission here. Once you graduate, get to this level, we're going to increase your commissions. Very fair, yet very powerful, because what we're doing, we're not, as a company, we're not keeping that 25%. We're giving it to you guys. We're giving it to you. And because it goes unlimited levels deep, it's going to be one of the biggest commissions that you make. As we get to 100,000, 1 million people, we're going to make you rich with that one right there, okay? Because it's a lot of money on the table. It's not a little money. It's a lot of money. That's why I tell you that when you look at these companies and you say, okay, you start talking, these companies make billions of dollars, you can't imagine how some of these people are living. You cannot imagine. No. Forget that. You can't imagine how the kids of some of these people are living. Their kids, how they're living, not how dad's living, no, how his grandchildren is living, his cousin. I'm just saying, guys, that sometimes you can get into some markets, some industries, that's just about money, okay? And if you're going to imitate anybody, heck, imitate people with all the money, the banks and the financial institutions. You can imitate the ditch digger if you want. You do that. Imitate the people with all the money. And that's what we're doing. We just jump in the same game that they've been doing for years. But we are breaking bread with each other. We're not hoarding it all for just an elite handful of people, you see. And so it's a big difference there. And I think we have something that we don't have to train a bunch of people. Everybody know how to use this. Everybody know how to use it, okay? We're going to give them the videos and the tools on how to market it, so you ain't got to stand up trying to explain it to nobody. Just send them the doggone video, ad, track the people, send it to them, and let our interactive program that I'm working on close the deal for you. And Go out every now and then, use your card, meet some new people. We get together, have some fun, and live life. Live life. And we're all doing it because, you know, they already set the stage for us. And this right here, that sound right there is going to be celebrities doing it. It's going to be all kinds of people, from kids to 90-year-old ladies going like. They make fun of us, but I'm telling you, it is fun to do. It feels good, and so I don't care whether you're 9 or 90. That's cool. I seen a guy had a video with his little daughter, and she was boss tossing. She could have been no more than 19 years old. Every time she throw it on the counter, she busts out laughing. Every time I throw it on the counter, I bust out laughing. So again, it's just a cool product, and it's so affordable, guys, for us to do this, and we can help a lot of people here.